Hey, beautiful. So, I am reading Cosmic Love Secrets of the Astrology of Intimacy Revealed. It's the down to earth relationship advice from the science of the heavens by Jan Spiller. And I'm just like, let me just take notes. Testing. Okay, let me just take notes in the best way that I know how, right? I forgot that I can just hold this mic. So, let me just record. Like, I was doing tweets and stuff, but I'm like, threads, but I'm like, no. It's taking me too much out of my element. Okay. Confirmation hunk. Okay, so this is just the introduction, and then we're gonna get into the north node of my type, the Virgo north node. Okay, so let's just go through this and see what I highlighted or whatever. Um Matter of fact, I can go to my threads to start it off because let's really talk about what has come so far. All right. Don't know. We really don't know what type of person we're looking for. We only know the experience we're seeking. The package that is the person may not be wrapped how we're thinking they will be. So we shouldn't limit how the package of the person will look. We might miss out because of preconceptions. Like, just allow things to be what they are and release fear of not receiving exactly what you want. Release the control, release trying to play every role to make something happen in your life. Like, there are people who need whole teams to execute their visions. So allow your team to be your team. Just be you. Just do your role, enhance these areas and allow things to come to you, especially in a partner, like especially in a partner, honey. So this book got really good, really easy, literally. So I've been seeing this insanity has been defined as doing the same thing over and over again while expecting different results. Like, you literally cannot expect change, expect shift, expect something new from doing the same thing. Think of your routines, think of your habits, think of your conversations, think of your thoughts, think of the things you see, the things you consume, think of the things you think of. Literally, are they the same? You've been getting the same. Don't start imagining down the road. Just be willing to take that first step and see what happens. Allow it to happen however it is because it's supposed to happen. Okay. Ooh, when two people come together, the potential of what they create is unique. So, considering a relationship, it's best to give it some time so you can see what the possibilities really are. Hello. Just allow it to be what it is. Don't go into it with too much. What Frank Ocean said, or do you not think so far ahead? I've been thinking of forever. Literally, don't think too far ahead. To experience success requires embracing that part of ourselves, and we have been resisting so we can come into the balance that is needed to create success in the material world. Literally, stop resisting. Just flow into it. If someone does not appeal to your personal taste, it does not mean that they need to change. Rather, it is an indicator that they are not the right person for us to be deeply involved with at that point in time. Hello, people cannot be what you want them to be in your mind, and that is okay. And also, often the combining with another puts everything together. It's a misconception that you have to have it all together in order to attract the right mate. You're supposed to get together and help each other. It says, for example, a man and a woman may have less money than each thinks he or she should have, but in a relationship together, the energy between them may generate a lot of money for both of them. Hello? When the two people come together, the potential of what they can create is unique. So, when considering a relationship, it's best to give it some time so you can see what the possibilities really are. The idea is you put away your pictures of what you want it to be like so you can recognize what's actually there. Hello? This is like the experience of true oneness can never be achieved through sameness. It can only be created when it is based on the recognition that although on the most profound level we are all one, on the level of daily life we are each on our own path, having the experiences we need to have in order to complete our curriculum of learning on planet Earth. Literally. Blame is the insidious thief of time. Fills your body with unpleasant sensations that can compromise your mental, emotional, and physical health. The lens of your life becomes more restricted because you're surrounding yourself with negative energy. Literally, stop allowing things to dictate your future if you don't want them to. You know what I'm saying? Like one small thing shouldn't dictate your future. Or even like a couple small things. Anything shouldn't dictate your future. To some degree it can, but like you have your own power, you know? You have your own power. Another thing that she was talking about was allowing people to be who and where they are, especially if you are like spiritually evolved or emotionally evolved, mentally evolved. You're on a different level. Like, not saying you're better than anyone, but just there's levels of cognition. That's what I'm hearing. There's level to these different areas, these skills, these knowledge, these knowledge, these grammar. There's levels to it. So allow people who are not as advanced in other areas and even people who are more advanced than you, just be where you are, allow them to be where they are. Intention. Just be intentional. Every time, be intentional. Love is the bottom line, literally. When you are in a state of love, everything becomes clear. We know what to do and can easily move through any circumstances with a sense of grace. Love is pure ecstasy, okay? It melts us. Allow yourself to be loved, okay? There's like different things that affect your relationships. There can be astrological things, psychological, and spiritual things. There's karma mates, soulmates, um, going against the grain. Like when you feel, you can feel and it's not right for you. You can feel when something isn't aligned for you if you pay attention. Don't ignore your body or like, yeah, your body. Don't ignore the feelings. Don't ignore um says sometimes when we feel deeply attracted to another, long-term fantasies come into play and we may become convinced they are a life partner, but as we get to know them better, their actions belie our initial assessment of them. Are we going to trust our internal response to this person and say goodbye to them, or in essence are we going to say goodbye to ourselves by believing that we can manifest our fantasy of the other person and change them into who we thought they were in the first place? Hello? What? Like, we can't get caught up on potential. We can't get caught up on these fantasies or like what we want it to be, because if it was meant to be that, it would be easy. Literally, it would be so easy if it was meant for you. Literally, because why do you have to go through hardship? I mean, yes, you have to overcome challenges, but like it just shouldn't have to be that way, and trust yourself. Trust yourself. So let's get into the Virgo North Node, people, because I am excited. All right, so it was already reading me. So special gifts they bring to relationships: unconditional love, a forgiving spirit, compassion, non-judgment, enhanced ability to plan, sensitivity, a kind heart. Misconceptions that block intimacy. These are just a couple. If I say no, it will crush the other person. I'm too sensitive to be able to handle negative feedback. If others look down on me, I'll never be able to perform. complaints of their partner. They're too sensitive. They get their feelings hurt easily and react defensively. The need to be seen is a bottomless pit. They become over involved with their projects or work. Establishing personal limits. All right. We've had many lifetimes where we focus on dissolving personal limits in order to cultivate an awareness of oneness and unconditional love. So that makes it difficult for us to say no to others and focus on our wants and needs. Dissolving personal limits in order to cultivate an awareness of oneness and unconditional love. So we have had lifetimes where we just put people before us by all any means necessary because we believe that that's going to be harmonious. Okay. Give ourselves totally to others and then feel angry and resentful. So we have to establish and stick to routines that support our own personal health and well-being. Yeah. And that's the only way that we're going to create healthy relationships. So if we don't set limits, we end up doing a lot of things we don't want to. And that blocks intimacy. So it's like we know we don't want to do nothing, and then we're mad at the other person because we didn't want to do the thing that we said we would do. So just stop saying yes to things you don't want to do genuinely. Who cares? And it's not like that. It's like the world will not end. Everything will be okay if we just say no because we don't want to do it. Like, no, it's okay. It's okay to say no. Everybody will live. Everybody will be okay. That is true. Feeling guilty tears me up. It's just like I don't want to be guilty. I don't want to be guilty. Let me see. Sometimes we come across as abrasive because they feel like they're being put on the spot. And we feel guilty if we have to say no to like family or friends. Yes, because I'd be like, oh, dang, now they thinking in their head like, oh, I did this for her or this happened or why she, it's like I said no, like it's not the end of the world. I don't have to say yes. I can say no. I don't know. I don't have to say yes. So when we say no, we need to say like kind of explain our no's. I do that, yeah. So it doesn't seem like we're just I don't know, what am I trying to say? Make it better for them to accept it. Like it doesn't trigger your guilt and make it practical and tangible. Like give them why you're saying no. It's just a bunch of like when something happens with someone where like they respond harshly on emotional level, we feel betrayed, right? And we're like so sad that we can't even defend ourselves. So they just sit there like we don't say nothing. And then they probably don't even know what's going on. But we're just having this whole scenario in our heads. This is true. Like usually when there's a conflict or like there's something bothering me, I don't speak on it and like but it shows that I'm like feeling type of way and they have to like beg the answer out of me. And then it's like okay, here it is. But it's also like they always have to do that. They always have to pull it out of me. Like I don't just present it. And then it's like built up anger and aggression. And it's emotional immaturity. OMG. Oh my goodness. I'm just realizing I may have a like unhealthy attachment to working. Yeah, I'm realizing that I work a lot. Like a lot, even though it's like my work, it's like creating, it's like making art. Like I need to calculate how much of my time is spent like working towards something. I need to cut back on that and just like live. Because I've been resting, but I haven't been resting, low key. And it's saying that we do that because that's where we feel like we have the most control, which is true because like if you have the mindset of excuse me, working and like creating is going to make you successful and you're like chasing a dollar, or the more you work, the more you create, the more you gain, the more you have a chance at success or something. It's like maybe if I make this will be the one, or maybe if I do this will get me there. So it's just like I need to find that balance. And it's given like she's saying something about she's saying something about like putting everything about your family, like the important events on your calendar, and acknowledge your mate in special ways from time to time. So we have to integrate all of these things into our schedule in order to create a well balanced life. And that's something I've been saying that like I'm here for. Like this in my new reality, I'm well balanced. Like I have time as a mom, I have time as solo time, I have time as a sister, as a daughter, I have time as a cousin, I have time as a niece, you know what I'm saying? As an aunt, like I have time to create, I have time to dance, I have time to play, I have time to rest, I have time to be a mom. I believe I already said that, but like I have time to do all these things that I want to do by myself, honestly. So yeah. Let me read. This is true. Like sometimes when there's something that somebody does hurtful to us, or like something strange or weird, or like just something that is abnormal, oftentimes I would just like let it go or slide past it like it didn't happen. Mm. Yowzers, it says once that happens and we see it, we start feeling sad because they're taking advantage of our loving nature. And then we start feeling sorry for ourselves and see ourselves as a victim. So then we're always afraid that people will take advantage of us and may have a hard time trusting anyone, which blocks intimacy because they sense that we don't trust them fully, and they pull back and become distrustful as well. So in order to create healthy relationships, we have to learn to set and respect personal limits and not to allow abusive behavior from others. Like stop it there, call them out, point them out, point them out, point them out, point them out. It's all yeah with the barrels in your mouth. Okay, boom. This is also something. Just thinking that people are here to take advantage of us. Like, what if this is what's happening? What if this is what's going on? What if they're really thinking this and they got this and that just happened because of this? And it's like that creates so much anxiety. So it's saying we need to focus on the physical realities of the present moment. Like, um, we can consciously increase the awareness of the colors of someone's clothes. We can check the temperature of the air on our skin. We can smell the breeze. We just focus on what's here and there and not in our beautiful complex mind. Oh, it also said like we've spent some time in isolation or seclusion, which was true for me because I stayed in a small town for like 3 years, but it's essential for our spiritual growth and purification and self examination. That is true too. Like being hypersensitive to if like someone looks at us away or like thinks of us in a certain way, we kind of like wreck ourselves internally. That's interesting. LMAO. It says, in fact, when they really like someone, they tend to get nervous and may even stumble over their words, almost as if they feel like there's something they have to hide. Boy, engage with people as your equals. Everyone is your equal, so act that way. Act that way. Don't draw back, step forward. Literally, don't draw back, step forward. Everyone is your equal. Own your moments. Oh, it says we usually reprocess everything. Bro, have you ever just like replayed the situation? Man, I'm talking about that. It happened 17 years ago and you still replaying it and like thinking how cringy it is. Uh, at any time, we can stop the replay and reconnect with our innate spiritual trust to regain calm. Okay, dang. And this is something that I realized about myself. Like, I talk about myself a lot, not in a way where it's like, I don't even know how to like, it's not intentional. I guess it's just like my nose shit, like how I'm built. I realize like I'll try to relate to whatever the person's saying, or I'll talk about a similar experience that I had, or I don't know. I just talk about myself. And I'm getting out of that because, like this book says, it leaves both people being deprived of the richness of true intimacy. That is true. It says people naturally feel like safe to talk to us, and we have to lean into that and allow our attention to be on them, so our sensitivity will innately allow us to accurately see and articulate what's going on with the other person. Be a server. See how you can serve. Intend to be of service in a practical way. And this will be a pathway for creating a feeling of confidence with naturally. Oh, wait, a feeling of confidence is going to happen. So she says, if a native is at a party and begins to feel anxious, their best bet is to focus on how they can be of help to another in a tangible way, like offering to assist in the kitchen, approaching someone who's alone and helping them feel included. So just like that's how we connect, serve. That's how we fit in. That's how we participate. That's how we get into situations. Focus our attention on participating in some way that helps the situation progress in a positive direction. We automatically gain confidence and begin to feel with ease. And people are going to respond to that purely. That's our open way. That's our doorway. See how you can help in the moments. Don't take no's personal. Just think that it has nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my fault. It's not me. That was loud. Mm. So, when a challenge arises, we need to like think of it. Take some time to think about it. And don't react out of fear of how you think other people will respond. Self-sabotaging. So maybe this is why small talk annoys me in a way, especially like starting new relationships. Like, just look for. I'm getting. You remember Psych? You ever seen Psych and how he would like? They thought he was psychic, but he was just really observant. I want to watch that now. Just, just allow yourself to be of service. Like, she gives this example of a guy who like saw this cute woman, and he started small talking with her, but then he asked her if he could serve her in a way. He saw that a way that he could get in to help her, and then boom, boom, watch. I'm so proud of my evolution. Like, watch. So sometimes we like get offended when people make an assumption, and it like there's a hidden reason why such thing is going on or why such thing is occurring, but we get offended because they don't know that, and then we're just hurt. So instead of like shutting down, We just need to supply more information. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. Stop playing the victim. We may play the victim in situations. We may even have this victim mentality, this victim energy, and continue to attract situations that make us feel like a victim, but we are not victims. Okay? Don't see yourself as a helpless victim. And also don't cast someone to be your savior. Even when they ask for help, they are often reluctant to take any tangible steps that could actually shift their circumstances. Their willingness to give up so easily and their dependence on the chosen savior makes it difficult for their loved ones. Stop trying to get people to save you. You save yourself. You're not even a victim. You help yourself. You guide yourself. You pick yourself up and you go. You don't need anybody to save you. There's nobody who is sent here to save you. There is nobody who is, it's you. Okay, honey. So you're gonna have to actively take a part in your relationships. Like instead of shutting down when someone does something or says something that triggers you or that you don't like, just speak on it in a gentle way, in a nice way, and let it be known how you expect to move forward. But that's the only way that your needs are gonna be met. Okay. This is true. So we have a like high insensitivity, which can get in our way sometimes, but it can allow us to help others in a way. So like we have this really good way of seeing other people where they are and like seeing what self-sabotaging patterns they have that are limiting them, and then we can even give them the steps they need to heal those patterns. So yeah. Wow. So, like, drop subtle hints in conversations, especially if um, what do you call it? Your authority is your, like, no, your response. You're supposed to respond when scenarios come up or like something comes up, like, suggest things that you see in this person in a way that makes it seem like very helpful and not like condescending. Just mention it casually. It's part of our job to help people correct their self sabotaging behavior. And in order for our relationships to be harmonious, we're probably going to have to help them get over their self sabotaging. Okay, so I read a little bit and I learned a little bit. So, in sexually intimate relationships, right? She says that we don't need to be a slave. We often become a slave to the people that we are sexually intimate with. We have to know how to set our personal limits and not be too vulnerable. Like we tune into our partner's emotions at every moment and we sacrifice our own needs and desires to cater to them, right? And we don't need to do that. We don't need to. It's a power struggle at that point. We're giving them all of us. And then sometimes, I know she confirmed this in past relationships. I believe I've dealt with people who knew I was this way. They saw how like slavish I could be and they used it to their advantage. And it would be good because they knew they could get whatever they want or do whatever they wanted or get me to go with whatever they wanted. We don't need to do that. We need to take an active role in this relationship and say what we want, you know. And also, we try to we try to be perfect or like follow the plan that somebody else has because of our past lives, but we really need to figure out our own world, our own routines, our own rules and regulations, what we want to transpire and become in our reality, right? What we love to do, what works for us, and set those boundaries. Also, she says we have to actively participate in our life to create positive outcomes. And our fear of rejection. And this is something that I've always said. I've had a fear of rejection because it may prevent us from authentically communicating our wants and needs in their partner, right? Because we don't want to be rejected. We don't want to hurt them. We don't want to cause conflict based off of our interests. But like, if it does, then that's what we're supposed to do. That's how we get to know each other better. That's how we are more emotionally in tune. And it also lets us know if that person is meant to be a part of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Because if they can't give and we're just giving all the time, then that's imbalance. What else? Um, excuse me. We just have to not take things personal and always receive input of others so we can heal and grow. Then she even gets into like how other people can help us heal. So we can focus on something tangible, or people can help us focus on something tangible. So like give us a problem to solve or task to do so that we're back in the productive course. And this is what we can do for ourselves as well. Just do something helpful in that moment. Also, stay in the here and now. So pay attention to physical things like landmarks or just tangible physical details that put you in the here and now. The core of the room, the temperature, stuff like that will get you out of your head and get you in the moment. Okay, she says that we would benefit from having a set of pre-planned activities like working out every week. We can also benefit from setting the scheduled time to wake up, scheduled times to eat every day, social time, just scheduling that in, especially a week in advance to see what life is going to be like. And also set an animal companion is good. You know, write stuff out if you're worried about it. Putting everything on paper helps them see things realistically, and you will enjoy the process. As will help you restore the sense of being in charge. Okay. Don't worry about your job. Encourage them to approach their boss for a reality check, but remind them to keep their focus on the job itself. Like, I really enjoy working for you and like my job. Is there any area I need to focus on in order to improve my results? These are habits that you should discourage. Well, they should discourage in us, or we should discourage in ourselves. Isolating as a way of dealing with anxiety or fear. Okay. Set your personal limits. Say no. And that is a way of being of service to other people because it gives other people accurate information about you and helps them learn about the importance of not overriding another person's boundaries. Have Don't have blind faith in friends or lovers. Discourage the tendency to trust others indiscriminately. Remind them to notice how a person treats others because that is also the way that they will treat the native. Encourage them to stay in touch with reality and accept the consistency of the behavior of others. And discourage indulging in victim thinking. Don't play the victim role, it won't work. Don't go along with them when they indulge in blaming others or feeling sorry for themselves. Do encourage them to make a positive, practical plan for their current circumstances. And that was another thing that she was saying that what we do is creating a plan, like especially your friends should give you some sense of a plan. Like if you're going to an event, your little social needs. It's just about it. And we're just gonna go. We're kind of gonna stay for like 3 or 4 hours. I really want to connect with some people while I'm there. Just break it down. Focus on the details. focus on the details. And that's all that they have for Virgo North Node people. And then, like, they have another part of the book, I believe. Part two is the houses. So let's get into this. Okay, so she just said, like, when you meet a significant person, peep which of your houses their north node falls in, because this will show you, like, this is the area that you will be growing in with them. Okay, this is perfect because I got myself getting sleepy, but the rest of the book are like compatibility things, like the compatibility and like details and things about two different people coming together, their union, their partnership. So I'm not gonna read any of that. I did read a little bit of it, like on me and the person that I was last romantically involved with. But I feel like I just gained a lot of insight, and I am excited to apply it in my life. I declare that this is my new reality right here, right now, and I'm already in it. So, yeah, I love you. I'll call you back.